What is going on, everybody? It's Jeff Davenport live, and we are behind the shoots for a very special interview with Kynetic Health and Wellness, the on-site medical team that takes care of all the two-legged athletes, as these four-legged athletes over here are trying to buck them off. It's absolutely amazing, and Dr. Lebeck is here. Dr. Lebeck, we just got to, let's go back up here where it might be a little bit more quiet. Come on. Everyone get away from this. And watch your step. There's some presents left for you. Oh man! So up here with all of your amazing patients, and I know that they have. What do you guys all think of Dr. Lebeck, right? Yeah. Exactly. They love you, and they are ready to watch you work tonight, and the whole team here. Having Kynetic Health and don't go too far away. I don't want you to fall off the edge there, Catherine. Don't fall off the edge. It's like, yeah. Catherine, we're at the Grand Canyon. Just back up a little bit more. Just a little bit. No, I'm kidding. But exactly. So you have been the medical staff in all sorts of professional sports. How does being on-site medical personnel at a bull riding differ from every other sport that you've done?
It's up there. It definitely is up there. This is such a high impact sport that is happening in 8 seconds, and then you're talking about over a 2,000-pound bull, and these guys are fighting to stay on, so that there is a high velocity component to that. So I put this up there with some of the very serious sports. I mean, you talk about high speed racing, you talk about downhill skiing, even football.
Collision sports.
That high impact is there. So the potential for trauma is also there, and we don't have much time to kind of get them off safely out of the ring and then get them here to stabilize them here. And it's unbelievable that these guys face this challenge when we watch them get up into that chute and ready to go, and then I hold my breath.
I think we all do. That's definitely something that's a part of the Western way of life here, watching these bull ridings. It is 8 seconds to glory. But everyone, no matter whether they make the 8 seconds or not, they will face a bump of some sort on the ground. So what kind of injuries did you see last night or encounter here with the Kynetic Health team?
So most importantly, we have actually good visualization where we're actually kind of positioning ourselves so that we can see the actual injury. So we call that mechanism of injury, and we really want to see how they fall off, how they were landing, so that we can now focus on that injury. So last night we did have a shoulder dislocation, we had a couple of hands, we had some trauma to the chest wall. Some of these guys got stomped, and it's pretty crazy that you see that happening and there's nothing we can do. We just have to wait, and then we get them back. There's a lot of adrenaline, there's a lot of pain, but finding out is this a life-threatening injury, and we really want to know that, and that's why we teamed up with having Tombstone. The paramedics are here, and obviously they're dedicated to the whole community here, but we do have them, and that's a very nice relief for us to know that if something bad's happening, they're going to take it from there. So,
well, that's the worst case scenario, but any case scenario here, watching these amazing athletes get thrown all around, and like you said, impact sports can have long-lasting damage. There was a concussion that happened last night with one of the riders.
One of the guys that got stomped. We were worried about his chest, but then we found out once we go back, because we don't leave them alone.
Right.
We're still watching what's going on in the ring, but we're also now having to have someone go and follow up to see how they're doing. And we did get notification that he was confused, so we did reassess that, because it can be his head, but he could also have had oxygen level changes, because maybe there is a rib that we missed. So we really want to not just focus on that. We want to take a broad kind of look at him again. So it's kind of like a second look to make sure that the injury hasn't progressed or it's another injury, and then making sure there's someone here to watch him as well, so that we're not letting them just leave here and then hope for the best, what they do at their hotel or their home.
Yeah, exactly. Once they get to their final resting place tonight, when they go lay down their head, you want to make sure that they're in tip-top shape as best they can be after being beat up. Now, here at the bull riding event live at the Shootout Arena, which will start at the top of the hour right here live on Cool FM, there are intermission segments, and during the intermission segments, James Horcasitas, the best in the business on the microphone, he'll come out and he'll do like a kid's boot scramble. He'll come and do a karaoke sing-a-thon. But while all that's going on for the crowd out there, there's work going on back here. So you don't get to enjoy the boot scramble, you don't get to enjoy the karaoke segments or the dance-offs with all the patrons here at the Shootout Arena. You are actually still working on patients during that time. It actually gives you a break to really focus on the ones that need it.
We do follow around, but we do have all of our staff are here, and we do have all of our medical equipment. Chris is standing behind us here. Looks like he's getting ready to tape over here. We can come on over here and see. So we've got a young guy, and a lot of times what we're doing is not necessarily after the ride, it's before the ride as well. We really want to make sure that they have just the support that they need. Maybe they have a previous injury, or they know how it is, what their holding is going to be like, and they want to support that. So you'll see a lot of these guys do have bracing. A lot of them do have
See, he's a real manly man, so he has a lot of hair on his arms. So to be able to put the spray on first, that way it doesn't stick and rip your hair out, to give yourself a nice waxing right there.
It's actually opposite of that.
Oh, no.
This is so it does stick.
Oh, it helps it stick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then how do you have so much hair that all grew back like in the last 6 hours? You know, like that's how manly he is.
I woke up this morning.
He's a
with
bull
that hair.
rider. Yes, exactly. This is how manly bull riders are. I would know nothing about this at all. But this is what Kynetic Health does here every bull riding once a month at the Shootout Arena. And you're getting a backstage look at this, a behind the scenes look. And they just make sure it's tacky, making sure that it's sticky enough.
And sometimes they're going to be putting their gloves on. Sometimes they wear braces. We want to just support so that if they do take a hit, at least there's something that it's going to take, when you think of physics, there's a lot of math in what we do.
Yeah.
And just how do you buffer that impact? So we'd rather the tape kind of take some of that impact than it break through. Dissipates, breaks.
So how tight or do you really need to make it? I mean, is it to the point where it's just one like a cast almost? Or?
So what they're doing for me here is that I have a pre-existing injury. I broke my wrist real bad last year, and it's not healing quite the way I'd like it to. So he is reinforcing ligaments and tendons and things that I have that aren't to full strength quite yet.
Yeah, these here, so you've got these little bones here.
Yeah.
We can squeeze his so he doesn't have that stability to actually how he holds. So we really want to just
Because you're holding the rope with this hand, and
Right.
this is the free hand.
Yep.
Okay. So making sure that it's taped up enough to keep it stable while you're gripping the rope. Obviously, that's what you need to do is hang on for those 8 seconds.
Yep, exactly.
And even more than that, because when you get into the shoot, you're already getting set.
Yeah,
you're getting the pine
process
tar.
with
You're
the
getting
hand starts long before the actual 8 seconds starts.
right before that shoot opens. You've already been locked in for minutes, possibly many minutes, to watch this happen. This is a behind-the-scenes look here at the Shootout Arena. This is so cool. Oh my gosh, it's Jeff Davenport live with Kynetic Health and Wellness. You can learn more about Kynetic Health and Wellness in the post description. Their website's right there for any sort of pain management, injury, non-narcotic treatments. That is who you can trust at Highway 92 and Canyon de Flores. Inside that beautiful plaza, right there on the corner when you pull up in, you will find Kynetic Health and Wellness. And this is just one of the things that they do here at the Shootout Arena once a month for the bull ridings. And this time it was back-to-back nights. It was last night, Friday night, tonight, Saturday night, doing this, putting it all together. You know, they say that all the King's horses and all the King's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. These guys get all these Humpty Dumptys back together again. And they keep them all together. These guys are better than all the King's horses and all the King's men. They can't touch Kynetic Health and Wellness. So do you only have it done on the one side just to make sure the stability is all just there? So you still have a little bit of movement on your thumb side.
Yeah. So Jeff, let me see your wrist.
Yes,
I'll show you what we do.
Should I take my watch off here? Yeah, let me go. We can actually get a good look at this.
One of the things we do.
Oh my gosh, that's a farmer's tan on my watch. Look at that. That is embarrassing. How embarrassing is it?
Look at how you're going to have to take the impact here.
Yeah.
This has to be stable.
This
So
side,
there's
right
a
there.
ligament, so you feel me squeezing that, right? So I'm squeezing.
Yeah.
So yours is tight, it's bouncing. I like that.
Oh, good.
If it
All right.
doesn't, his compresses, so he doesn't. When he grabs, it won't hold for him.
Interesting.
So we're taking a shot for that to support that a little bit.
And using this thick amount of tape, being able to put that down on that part of the wrist will provide the stability that he needs because he doesn't have the cushion there in between.
And it's temporary, but for what he needs.
And you can just tell right away you can tell right away as the athlete, you know exactly how
Yeah,
it's supposed to feel,
absolutely.
and you know that is going to be good to go for when your ride comes up tonight. For Team USA.
USA.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff we do is pre, and then yes, we're going to kind of circle back around the guys that do get injured. Some of them, it's just, they're hurt. We know they're going to hurt. You can't come off with a ball. But we want to make sure we know the difference between being hurt and being injured.
Yes.
And sometimes they don't know either.
So. You say it yourself. We're all athletes, and some of us who were athletes at a certain level, we get a certain way thinking, no, I don't need a doctor telling me, I know my body. But sometimes we don't. And to be able to trust someone like you and have a trusted team like Kynetic Health and Wellness right here at the Shootout Arena during these bull ridings every month, you're getting to know these guys on a first name basis and learn about their family life and everything else. How much fun is that?
So it's awesome. I just kind of want to. So this is one of the guys that got stomped last night. So they're protecting him tonight.
Getting the ribs.
Yeah, they're going to protect that because he is injured, but it's more of a hurt, not something that's detrimental.
So he ended up getting stomped. But luckily, they wear the chest protectors, but it's a 2,000-pound animal that is slamming down on you. So just the force that's coming down is more than 2,000 pounds as you are on the ground trying to roll and move.
And when you bruise these muscles, these are your breathing muscles, too, right? So he's
kind of important. Breathing muscles are kind of important.
Has to breathe. So they're going to take longer to heal. So if we can do that, he can breathe through that and do okay versus because then they'll slow down their breathing, breathe very shallow when he's out there and he takes a deep breath.
And the adrenaline, the oxygen.
It'll be too distracting then, and then he's not focusing on what he wants to do.
Well, and being able to provide that for all of these athletes behind the chutes, an exclusive look behind the chutes at the Shootout Arena. This is something that not everybody gets to see, and you are seeing it live here on Cool FM Online. All thanks to Dr. Lebeck and the team from Kynetic Health and Wellness at Highway 92 and Canyon de Flores for all of your health-related issues, for working out. You got your weekend warrior arm or your shoulder, your hip. And if you remember the interview that we did with Dr. Lebeck and her team, it was absolutely incredible walking through their facility. Being in a remote location like this, does it bring you back to like maybe some ER rotations that you had when you were becoming a doctor?
Yes, you're right. You hit it on the nail with saying that we are remote. We really have to kind of MacGyver. It's all about MacGyver here because it's like what do we have? And then, okay, make it work. So sometimes we try to bring everything. We do have some cases around here where all of our stuff is we carry all this stuff in here.
Yeah, it's all got to come in. Yeah.
And then we learn. So like we may have forgotten something today, and then next month we'll forget that again.
Well, because you've been doing this now for a handful of months, representing being the medical provider at the Shootout Arena. So yeah, it's always in motion, and that's kind of the fluid part about this. I would compare it to working in an ER. You don't know what's going to happen. You're literally watching something, and it could be anything from a shoulder to a hip to a knee to an ankle to someone getting stomped in the chest. I mean, it could be 1,000 different things. And having you and your team here ready to react, ready to respond at that split-second notice, watching it happen, having eyes on it, you already know that by the time they land, you know what part needs to be seen immediately.
Yes, absolutely. And we kind of, like I said, we have Dr. Perkins perches up on the top, so he's got a bird's eye view. I'm on the side looking down, and then we kind of have that kind of coverage there to be able to see what happened. But you know what I wanted to say too is the adrenaline back here. I don't know if you feel it, but it gets you excited, and I'm like, oh my god! Not that I want to get on one, but I just feel like, oh my god! And I feel what they're feeling, and it's just fun to be part of this. I love it. I love coming here and just being a part of it. I'm honored that they allow us to help out.
Well, I know they love having you here with your whole crew on their day off, once a month, this time twice a month, hanging out with us Friday night, hanging out with us tonight. Kynetic Health and Wellness on site. We just got the T-minus 5-minute warning before we are live at the Shootout Arena here in Tombstone, Arizona. I can feel the adrenaline pumping through her veins right now. It's Dr. Lebeck. and her team at Kynetic Health and Wellness. Learn more about Kynetic Health and Wellness in the post description with their website. Find their Facebook page. Learn more about how they can make you feel healthy and well again. Have a great night, everybody. We will be live from my perch here at the Shootout Arena in less than 5 minutes for some bull riding, night 2 of this amazing weekend of bull riding here in Tombstone at the Shootout Arena. Dr. Ann, thank you so much. You're amazing. We'll see you guys soon. You can hit the finish button, and then we're all done. Yay!